Welcome to AlonzoBash Podcast. On today's episode, Alonzo chats with Issac Blackman, son of Soca and Jammu music pioneer Ras Short I. Issac shares his unique upbringing and journey as an artist and entrepreneur as we discover how he navigates staying true to his roots while forging his own path, blending faith, culture, and determination. This episode offers inspiration, life lessons, and a glimpse into the musical magic of Issac's world. Don't miss this conversation where art, culture, and activism collide. AlonzoBash Podcast starts now.
Greetings and welcome to AlonzoBash Podcast. I'm your host, AlonzoBash, and today's special guest, man, is a legend. His family, I would say, is, I don't want to compare, but it's like a mirror of the Marley family in the Soca arena or the calypso arena. History upon history. I don't want to waste no time, man. We got the legend himself, Issac Blackman. Welcome, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Greetings, man. Blessings to everybody.
Nice to have you. Nice. All right, so let's start from the top. So you were born in San Fernando, Trinidad?
Yes, San Fernando, Trinidad. South boy.
South man.
Man.
All right. Oh, your family, so much history. So I'm gonna your dad, for those of you who don't know, is the late great Ras Short I.
Yes. Right? AKA Lord Shorty.
Yes, AKA Lord Shorty.
Yeah, man.
He himself was born in Princess Point Fortin. Was it Princess?
No, it's Lingua Princestown.
Okay.
That's a village in South Trinidad and Tobago, more like we say, not almost rural, but
yeah,
South Trinidad and Tobago, east of San Fernando.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get back to your story. I'm gonna be going back and forth here and there.
Yeah, man.
Because I believe it's his history. In my opinion, I feel like the government of Trinidad and Tobago needs to do a little more recognition for his contribution. But that's a whole different conversation. I'm gonna touch base on those things.
All right, we start here.
Yeah, man. So you were born, like you say, in San Fernando. What was that family? What do you remember? Because you're the last of 23,
yeah.
correct?
Yes, I'm the last of 23. I believe, yeah. I'm the last of the Blackmans in terms of my old man.
Yeah.
Old man children, yeah.
Nice. So what was it like, man, as a little boy? So who was the oldest? Sheldon? Who's the oldest?
No. Well, so there's what we call Mommy and Shorty I, which is the unit of the family. You know, and Shorty was a man. We say he was a man of many talents. So he have so some of the oldest is my brother named the late Curtis.
Okay.
And then there's Brian, Ansel, and then it starts with my mom and dad, which is Abby, which is Nailah's mother.
So Nailah mom is Abby.
Yeah, she's the first.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Marge, Marge is she's well known as well. So where does Marge fall the line?
Marge is all the way down. Marge is the second to last. She's just before me.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So my mom and my dad have 14 kids together. And so it's like 3 generations of kids.
Yes.
So it has Abby, OC, Guy, Sean as the first batch.
Yes.
Then it has another generation, which is Avion, Gary, Sheldon, so these are, and then they come down to the last, which is Nila, Marge, myself, Elder, Johnny, that's how it goes on. So yeah, man, long family. So tell me where you want to start.
Trust me, we had time, man. Maybe so you grew up in San Fernando?
No. I was born in San Fernando General Hospital, but I was born there. We live in Piparo, which is where the ranch is.
That's what I'm trying to understand, because the reason I want to kind of get a time frame together, because I know Dad moved in Piparo in 1984, and you were born in 1982.
No, he moved before that. A little history. So Dad being the creator of soca music, the soca legend at that time, he was, iconically known for the man who brings soca to the table. Was this iconic superstar at the time back in the late 60s, early 70s. And then somewhere in the late 70s, he had a call to just change his life to become a different type of man, from being the superstar playboy type of man to being a more family guy. So his journey to self-discovery and his spiritual journey led him to be a family man, spiritual man. So he wanted to get away from everything to go up in the country and just nurture his family into music and spirituality. And that's the time when people say he's crazy to make a decision like that. It wasn't at the time. It was a very new idea. Those who it was like, why would you do this? You are the man. Why would you do this to the stage in his life? But but he was always a man who was leaps and bounds ahead of his time.
Yes.
So he had a desire to put a call upon his life to preserve his family.
Yes.
And to preserve his family for a purpose. But in the quest of preserving his family, he got himself redemption as well. So I was born in 1982. In that time, he moved 19 is when he moved up to Paro, when that change took place, and it wasn't rough, rough for my family. Got a lot of ridicule from the media. He was always that type. Even when he started doing soca, experimenting with soca in the late 1960s, early 1970s, he was that daring type of figure. Everybody was like, why are you interfering? The society was divided at that point in time,
Yes.
The East Indians were oversold, the Africans was oversold. We had calypso, nobody interfered with the food, the culture, nothing. That's why where he was born was important. So he was raised in an integrated community, Lingua village, and he grew up with all of his friends from primary school. It was a really integrated society with all different races coming together. So the purity that his friends and him share, kids are pure.
Yes.
As only when they started grow up, he started realize, this divide, this race and culture divide that we had in Trinidad and Tobago was really bad at that point in time.
Yes.
And it didn't have a political solution. It was just divided. He said that, he saw the power of music, and his desire was to say, let's create a music that represents us. So when we have one cultural identity, we automatically become one people. So that's part the creation of soca music. So that's that's his journey, and then, so he's always a person who dare to go against the grain, dare to challenge the norm, visionary, see things beyond, saying, how do we identify as a people? Yes, we have calypso, but calypso was, came from the griot and the traditions of African. So calypso is more strongly an African expression.
Yes.
Which was beautiful and still is beautiful. But in Trinidad and Tobago, we have a culturally diverse society. So there was not a music that says we, that represents and speak for all of us. That, create this burning and desire in his heart to say, I want to create a music that represents us as a people. So therefore the birth of soca. So his journey was always a person like that. I believe a type of selfless individual, meaning that patriotic and understanding that I'm willing to, bear the blunt of bear the blunt of doing the unthinkable for so many that would benefit from it in the future.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really thankful and grateful that you took the opportunity to kind of elaborate on your dad, sacrifice and his contribution, of course, to music, soul of calypso, which is known as. And I'm going to ask you a question, and I heard about this recently. It's well documented that your dad is the inventor of, or creator, I should say, of soca music. But have you ever heard the talk about Shadow at the play? Or inventor?
Yeah, I mean, all respect, I call him Uncle Shadow. Uncle Shadow is the boss.
Yes.
So Uncle Shadow is a boss. He's a legend. I personally, other than knowing him since I was little, I love his music. He's one of our greatest cultural, in terms of, he has his own thing.
Yes.
The difference between my dad and Shadow is Shadow didn't brand and title his song and music.
Yes.
So there's a definite, there's a sound. So Shadow was doing his thing My dad was doing his thing, and they know each other. At the end of the day, ideologically, sonically, they are completely different.
Yes.
You know, so Shadow has this, like Rio stick fighter vibration within his music.
Yeah.
You know, the way you call it midnight rubber type of lyrical power. That's what he is.
Yes.
So he iconically Trinidad and Tobago. What made Shadow great is that specific song. That was the only difference in terms of what Shadow did not do was name it Shadow music. If Shadow had said this is Shadow music, then everybody would understand that that genre of Trinidad and Tobago, calypso, is Shadow. In terms of the difference between what make Garfield Blackman or Ras Short I distinct in what he did is that nobody was blending East Indian and African music together. Like, who did it? Bring up the records, bring the albums, let's hear it.
Yeah.
What makes Soca is East Indian and African music together. Nobody was doing that, and nobody do it up to this day. Find the record, find the albums, find the EP, and let's play it. But nobody wasn't doing that. He was the maddest man to do that. So, and he was ridiculed by the calypso community and said, oh, why you messing up the culture? You're bringing why you bringing them here? And not everybody in the East Indian community welcome it. The head of the Mahasabha at the time scolded my dad publicly for desecrating their culture and desecrating their music. So it was only one man was accused of desecrating East Indian culture. One man was accused of desecrating calypso, and it was Garfield Blackman because of what he did. That is distinctively Soca. Okay, so then another person would have bear the cross of that move. So I don't really take on, the facts is there. So it's like, anytime somebody says something, I was like, okay, why was Christ crucified?
Yes.
He was crucified because he claimed he was the Messiah. You know what I mean? So, I mean, if you say that he was the Son of God, then why was he crucified? He was crucified for that specific reason.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, my dad bear the blunt of doing that, being crucified for desecrating the cultures, being accused of such. So if another man claimed that he did Soca, why he's not accused? So I don't waste time. The music is there. The music is we have an album called Them Indian Singers. We have another songs like Indrani. Bulbul Kilobi. This is a song from the 1960s. There was nobody doing that. And there was nobody doing it for 6 years until he brought out Soca Explosion and do songs like Endless Vibration. It was so bad that when he did the first Soca album, it was so iconically East Indian that it was too strong to be embraced by everyone else. And he decided to take out some of the East Indian instruments and he replaced it and he put it in the drum set. Just to kind of give everybody a chance to hear it. And then, this is so great. That's 6 years later when he did, Endless Vibration. So the music is there. Whoa, that's some thunder. The music is there. The history is in the music. So if a man creates a name of a music that has a description, the description of Soca is not SOKAH. It is SOKAH come from, it's spelled SOKAH. That's the original spelling. Someone misspelled it in the media back in the days, and that's how it has the name now. So it doesn't come from the word soul. It's soul, the soul of an African man. And Ka is the first letter in the East Indian alphabet. And so that's where the word Soca, because SOKAH, that's where it comes from. So somebody having a name with a meaning and having a music, a specific sound that brings the energy, and the part of the music that brings that energy come from a specific East Indian festival, which is called a bridal party, which is called Matakuru Night. So those in East Indian culture would know that Matakuru Night is a bridal party. It's only women allowed in the party. And in that party, they will culturally show the bride to be how to please her husband and dance. in the Matakuru night, it was only allowed the young boys will go and peep and see the ladies dancing or whatnot, whatever the case is.
Yeah.
He grew up in Lingua, had that experience.
Yes.
So the vibration of soca is festival and also sensual. So that's what created the music. So when you understand the history, talk is cheap. The history is it's in there. So I don't try to put too much energy into it. It is what it is. Yeah.
Imagine floating on the Chesapeake Bay, waves gently lapping, stress melting away. Now picture this, a spa but make it nautical. Welcome to Be Well Boats by Floating Needs. We're not just boats, we're floating sanctuaries of bliss. Drift away your worries with a massage while cruising the coastline. Choose from dockside, open water, or beachfront wellness experiences. Aromatherapy, hot stone massages, henna, scalp treatments. We're redefining relaxation. Why settle for ordinary when you can float to extraordinary? Perfect for birthdays, anniversaries, bridal parties, even waterfront weddings. Located at Canton Waterfront, Baltimore. Ready for your aquatic escape? Call 844-727-BOAT or visit floatingneeds.com. Your relaxation awaits.
Shipping nightmares? Not anymore. Let me spill the tea on stress-free international shipping. Jay's Hassle-Free International is the game changer you've been waiting for. Air, ocean, Caribbean, Dominican Republic. They've got it all covered. And those special rates? Absolutely amazing. Full container or just a corner, their prices will make your wallet do a happy dance. No more headaches over complicated shipping. Just call the shipper lady at 443-927-5816 and watch your worries vanish. Trust me, once you try Jay's Hassle-Free International, you'll wonder how you ever lived without them. Wave goodbye to shipping stress and hello to smooth sailing. Serving Pennsylvania, Delaware, and the DMV. Remember that number, 443-927-5816. Your stress-free shipping journey starts now. Hey, DMV, is your car giving you trouble? Look no further than MB Auto Repair, LLC. They are not just fixing cars. They are reviving dreams on wheels. From mysterious engine noises to stubborn transmissions, their expert, certified, and experienced mechanics tackle it all. From oil changes and maintenance, brake service, tire service, etc., affordable pricing with transparent quotes. That's the MB Auto difference. They are fast, reliable, and honest. Don't let car troubles stall your life. Swing by MB Auto Repair, LLC. Your vehicle deserves the best, and so do you. MB Auto Repair, LLC, your car's new best friend in the DMV. Call today 410-444-0500.
Tired of coming home to a mess? Sick of your office looking like a disaster zone? Say hello to MNS Pro Clean LLC. We're not just cleaners, we're mess-busting superheroes. From stubborn stains to dusty corners, we tackle it all. Our team swoops in with eco-friendly products and state-of-the-art equipment, leaving your space spotless. Whether it's your cozy apartment or bustling office, we've got you covered. No job too big, no grime too tough. Imagine walking into a sparkling clean space without lifting a finger. That's the MNS Pro Clean Magic. Don't waste another minute scrubbing. Call us now, 443-509-9418, and experience the Pro Clean difference. Your future self will thank you. MNS Pro Clean, where cleanliness meets excellence.
I definitely, once again, man, listen, I know what I was talking to you. I know I was going to get the I know I was going to get the facts, and some deep history, man. I learned a lot right there within itself. All right. Also, I want to touch base on this also. Your dad, man, Watch Out My Children, one of the most prolific songs, in my opinion, of all time. Of course, the United Nations adopted it and put it on their anti-cocaine campaign back in it was the 80s. And this song is done in 10 languages. And I've heard your dad did a version. Now, the 10 languages, did he did the 10 languages, or was it eventually recreated into 10 languages? Could I?
What we did, a part of the song, he did a breakdown version of singing the chorus in 10 different languages.
Yes.
So in one of the tracks, but then eventually we did versions of it. But the most popular version is the one that has the chorus in all the different languages.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any other song. I don't think there's any other song in the Caribbean that is broken down into so many. Maybe Bob Marley, but I'm not sure. But yeah, that's the first time. That's the first
Yeah,
thing.
man.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
Man, so all right, so you're growing up on the last of 22. You'll be the 23rd. I mean, what was that experience like growing up because you grew up in
Mhm.
central Trinidad, right?
Right.
I mean, schooling and all these things. Were you homeschool or you went to primary school? And
No, we were homeschooled. I never went to primary, nothing. Homeschool, whole life.
wow,
So, yeah, it was a unique experience, you know. Where we grew up was, even though the village was out the road, we were so rural, and we still are,
wow,
that we were kind of just in this world that we create,
yeah,
because it's where he get a chance to impart what
mm,
he learned in us, but also give us a chance to develop us. I remember when I was about 4 or 5 years old,
mm,
there's a group of, let's say a local television station came up to interview him.
yes, yes,
And one of the interviewers, just talking to me as a little kid, say, you could sing too. And I'm like, yeah. So
yeah,
he asked me to sing a little song. So I sang a little piece of song for him.
yes,
And so he was like, wow. Then he said to me, you know, what it is to be, that's a big shoes to fill,
yes,
he had a two-edged sword. He said that I was talented, but he also told me that, like, that's a big shoes to fill.
yes,
So when he left, I asked my dad, what does it mean?
yes,
And I
yeah,
was a little kid, running around in the sand. And my dad was sitting there on a bench, and he put his foot in the ground, and he called me,
yeah,
and he said, "Put your foot next to mine." And he was a 6'4" man.
good,
So then I put my foot in the sand next
yeah,
to his, and he said, "Well, your foot wouldn't necessarily, you know,
yeah,
fit into mine."
right,
And so then I watch him, and but he said, look around,
mm,
look how many footprints you leave. They're
yeah,
everywhere, you
yes,
know.
yes,
So and I never forgot that. And he said, um, this is an opportunity for you to do your own thing,
yeah,
knowing that I would show you how to live and how to be, but you would create your own path.
yeah,
So that's a kind of definition of the experience that we had up there. We
mm,
learn about ourselves, we learn about life, we learn about music, we,
yeah,
we learn about having a personal relationship with God. I'm
yes,
a farmer, we learn to live with the land, off the land, to make peace with the land, to be
yes,
fruitful and productive.
mm,
And today I'm grateful because I'm a producer of all things. I'm a
okay,
producer, singer, songwriter in
mm,
terms of culture. But
yes,
I'm a farmer, I'm a tilapia farmer, I'm a fish farmer, I'm a producer of all things. And that's what the gift that he gave to us, being up there. So that's an exciting, no?
mm,
Also imparting a lot of knowledge to
yes,
us too. So I'm definitely grateful for that experience. It has its yin and yangs
yeah.
sometimes, but I for one definitely grateful for the experience.
Also, the ranch is a place that people come visit, right? I understand you guys have
Yeah.
like a festival of sorts.
Yes, we have a couple that we do every year, and then sometimes we do every 2 years. But the Blackman Ranch, you can check out our Instagram page,
Mm,
just the Blackman Ranch on Instagram and Facebook. So we came together as a family, all of the lands that we have together, and
yeah,
we come with, and we decide to create a space where people from all over the world and Trinidad and Tobago could come and get a first-hand sight and a vision and experience of what our life was like,
yeah,
and what my father's and my mother vision was by going up there. So it's 22 acres. We have a main house, which is the main entrance, and we have
mm,
different things on the property. So we have three houses in the property, and then we have one area that means for like music, art, craft, and then we have the farming.
yes,
We have ponds. So we do, what you call family days, sports days, and we do a couple of events a year. So we
yes,
have a festival that called Jamu Praise Festival. That's one I did with my sister Nila and my brother,
mm,
Rick. And then my brother Sheldon
yes,
has another one that you call Friendship Festival, which is a artsy, just straight up cultural vibration. And
yeah,
Then we have another event that we do. It's called the Ras Short I Remembrance
Okay.
Country. So we're doing that in October
Okay.
this year again. So we do it every 2 years. This year would be 25th year since this function. So we celebrate the creation of SOKAH and the creation of Jamu, which is the last version of the music that he did.
Yes.
So we're doing that event this year. We're going to launch it in a couple of days. Yeah, so that's some of the stuff that we have up there. So yeah, man.
Nice. So Jamu itself is a collaboration between soca and gospel. Am I correct?
Yeah. So describe it. Shorter described calypso as the body,
Yes.
soca the soul, and Jamu as the spirit. In his cultural evolution, he said, I was a calypsonian and I evolved into soca. And then the last period, I focus on my spiritual and mental and emotional development, and that's what Jamu is.
Yes.
So Jamu is the gospel of soca. It's the last version. It's a whole nother genre.
Yes.
It has its own song, its own feel. Soca is passion and festivity. Jamu is about elevation and spirituality. You are comprised of body, soul, and spirit. So the true cultural man, a complete woman in Trinidad and Tobago is a woman that comes to the cultural stage of Jamu. That's how we kind of look at it. Where in your evolution, so Jamu is the last one. So those who talk about soca, I always say like he created another genre. So it's like, from the same being. He does it as a gift to us, gift to the nation of Trinidad and Tobago, and a gift to the world. So yeah, and that's the music that I do.
Yes. But you mentioned music that you do. Love Syllable. That's your dad that created that as well, right? And you guys,
that's the family band.
Family band.
Yeah.
What was mom like? We don't really hear much about your mom, because your mom,
It was amazing. Yeah.
Conversation when your dad say, "Listen, this is what we're doing," and I mean, how much acres you said it is? 23 acres?
Yeah, somewhere around there, 21, 22.
That's a lot of land. Yeah, tell me about your mom. What was mom like?
Yeah, mommy was the what you call it? I would say he was the glue that held him together. Um, most people like him, who's a creative genius, there's always have an issue with balance. They always an extreme thing. She brought balance. She brought pulling back to saying, "Hey, take it easy. You're going too fast. Barely catch up to what you first did. Like give people a chance to catch up. She's the time slow down. Like just slow down. People now coming to terms with your first creation.
Yeah.
So she used to always, bring sense and reasoning to him all the time. And she held us together, and she held the family together for years. We lost her in 2017.
Yes.
He died in 2000, and he died in 2000. We continue to thrive and move forward as a family for all those years after that. And I would credit her to that. I would credit her for that. Also, people say, well, the Love Circle was doing a lot long after he was gone. So somebody has to be keeping it together, and that was mommy. Mommy was always there, keeping us together as a family, teaching us true value. She brought the change to him.
Yes.
She brought the change to him. When I was 12 years old, he told me something. He says, son, when I was a young man, I thought I was too much man for one woman. But then as I grow, I realized that I couldn't even love the woman that loved me, that I love. So he realized that he was man enough for one woman, the woman that he truly cared about. So he couldn't give her the kind of loyalty and love and support that she gave him.
Yes.
He couldn't even give her. He said, wow, could I return this? And then he decided, I have to change. I have to become a better man. So her love and her loyalty and commitment showed him what it's really about. So, that's her.
Wow.
Yeah. She's the man that created she's the woman that fueled the creation of Ras Short I from Ras Short I.
That transition.
Yeah.
Lovely, man.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the album. And To the Ceiling, World Changes, You Got It in Your Eye. The list goes
Yeah.
on. One of the most popular ones, of course, international To the Ceiling. How the whole
Yes.
song? That song is like a mixer between a Juve vibe, the mixer between
Yeah.
it's the
But
instrumental. It's a
yeah.
feeling, you know, like
Yeah. But yeah, that is Jamu. So a
Mhm.
lot of people didn't understand what Jamu was.
Okay,
That
okay,
song is Jamu. So people don't know what to say. They're like, if the first time a man hear reggae, he will say, I like this root rock thing, but you
yeah,
don't know what it is. But
yeah,
it has a vibe, it has an energy, and it has its own thing, you know?
yeah,
That is Jamu. It's one of many Jamu songs, but that is Jamu. It has a groove, but it has a message it has its own energy. So it comes from my relationship with God, meaning that like sometimes you trust people.
yeah,
Um, you really do. And then when you realize that as beautiful as you think some people are, they are human and
yeah.
they will fail. Through the process of going through several stages of betrayal,
Mm,
I realized that, you know what, it's only going on my back, yes?
yeah, yeah,
So um, when I come to that true conclusion that
yes,
no matter what, you know, through the
yes.
pain of betrayal, through the pain, sometimes you're working with people for years and they
Mm,
realize, wow, you know, they're on their own thing all the way over there. It's only God have your back, and
mm,
that's the truth. So it's a song of acknowledging pain, but also acknowledging redemption and restoration. So that's what
mm,
it is about it, and that's the message of that's jamming for you. You know,
yes. I'm listening to what you're saying, and you talk about Jamon and what it is and what it comprises
yeah,
of. And for some reason, this group, Freetown Collective, keeps coming in the back of my brain in this conversation.
yeah,
Would you say that um their music or their type of music follows
yeah.
that Jamon type?
Yeah, so it's Jamu, which is Jehovah's Music. JAMOO is the spelling. So Freetown Collective, Mohammed and Lou and all the girls. I would consider them. They are my friends and good people.
Yes.
Mohammed is my brother. So I cannot speak for them and describe what they're doing, but I would say, in the process of I have a long friendship with Mohammed. I was always talking to him, and years ago, he was expressing to me his frustration of the limitation of soca, meaning that people only perceive it. Sometimes soca has lost its way to some degree. It went
Yeah.
in that particular direction. It's only one element that it's focused on, mainly the party. And
Yeah.
he's like, where's the rest of us? How
Yes.
come it doesn't speak up Trinidad and Tobago? And I told him, I said, Mohammed, what
Mm,
soca is missing is you.
yes.
So you gotta not just bring what you have to the table. They would bring their own description of the music, but
Yeah.
yes, I believe that what they're doing is that,
Mm,
which is, soca with the message of truth and peace and love in it. So
yes.
yeah, you know, it is another version of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is jamming to me. But
Yes.
I would leave them to describe what they what
Yeah.
they define their music as.
Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense because it has a certain type of when you listen to Freetown and listen to your music and
Yeah,
they say like you say Jamu
yeah, man.
in a
Yeah,
a whole
yeah, we have a brotherhood. We have family for sure. That's my brothers.
yeah.
Yeah,
All right, so we're gonna talk about another famous family member of yours, your niece.
yeah,
Now,
man.
so I've heard that you actually were the first person to record her as a
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Man, yeah.
so did
So
talent early in Nila?
yeah, also I was always, I could tell a person that full of art from since it's small, even before they know how to express it. You could
Yeah.
tell that they just go off on their own. The imagination is always way out there,
Yes.
you know. So she's super talented, and she's doing her thing. So
Yeah.
I always love her talent and her skill. She
Mm,
one year, I worked with her for a while, and then she become of age to find her own path, and after a while, she decided to go in a particular direction that was different from what I was doing.
yes.
And you got to branch out. So
Yes.
I will, give her my love and say, well, find your path. You know what I mean? Which is different from what I do. But at the end of the day, we
You
still
guys,
pretty close.
you guys had that conversation?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. When she first started, I questioned and I asked her, if she understands the path that she's going down.
Yeah.
And I say, well, I say, hey, I could only at the time, my commitment to the version of soca that I'm doing that is message and spiritually strong and sound, and that's
Yeah.
my purpose and my core. So if I tell her, hey, you got to find your own path, but no love lost, we still good.
Yeah.
I just talked about yesterday. We closed, but everybody would find their own path and would find their own expression. She has a lot to offer the world still, so it's beautiful to see her to run do her thing.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But that's great, man. Like I said, your family, man. It seems like everyone, once again, I mentioned Marge earlier on. I know she's in
Yeah.
she's into fashion and stuff
Yeah,
like
man, it's amazing. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm going to go back to something I mentioned earlier on with the government of Trinidad and Tobago, or ministry, or cultural, this and that, the other. Do you feel like they need to do more in? I wouldn't just say the recognition of what your family has contributed, but there's a lot of people outside of your family, within your dad,
Mhm.
have contributed so much that I feel like they haven't really gotten that recognition. For prime example, I'm gonna just give a idea.
Right.
Like when you come to Hollywood, I'm not in Hollywood, I'm in Maryland. But when you go to Hollywood, I would say you have the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I know they
Yeah,
have a statue, I believe, of Sparrow. Am I correct on that? Somewhere in Trinidad, I'm not
yeah,
sure.
yeah,
So all these things, to me, there's no one particular place you can go. Correct if I'm wrong. That has like a true representation of the creation of soca and what
yeah.
from calypso all the way to modern times.
Right.
What's your opinion on that?
Well, I believe, as a people in general, than the government are representative of the people.
Yes.
We are still learning to appreciate our own culture. We are still learning to appreciate and share that love for what we do. So I believe that in time, you know,
Yeah.
The fact that even people still disputing whether he created music or not, it's always like, wow, we have a long way to go still, but I'm grateful for the love. I would like to see, the creation of soca institutionalized in terms of our education system. So the younger generation would learn of what this icon did for Trinidad and Tobago and what it did for our country and what we did for our people and the beauty of what soca really represents, which is unity. So I believe that, in time, the auditorium, the statue, all these things will come. We, the family, we want to build a museum of soca so people could come and study the history of it.
Yes.
We would look forward to partnering with the government or anybody that shows that interest in doing that. And I believe the more we learn to embrace our own culture, and then the people would learn of the beauty of what is there, and eventually, all these things will come in due season. I believe that we will just continue to do our part, continue to promote the music, and I believe that the further soca music go, the further the diversity of Trinidad and Tobago's culture come forward, and the more we get presented on a world stage, the recognition of it home will increase. Sometimes we have our sportsmen and women who do so great, and then it's only sometimes when they have international recognition, then locally we want to build a stadium. So they will come. So Hazley Crawford was great before. He got the gold medal before the stadium was built. Arthur Bolden was great before this stadium was built. Brian Lara was great before the promenade was built. After when the world gets to recognize their achievement, then sometimes at home get to show a different appreciation. So I believe in time that will come. But for now, we are grateful for the love. And we are grateful for the support. We continue to promote the music and promote music globally. Yeah, man, and all the reward will come in time, So in the meantime, we give thanks.
Yeah. Facts. All right. You still have I know you guys have the studio there in East Tunapuna area. Okay.
No, well, the studio, Jamu Studios, is down at the ranch now.
Okay.
because then I'm down there
Yeah.
most of my times now. So yeah, so the peace and tranquility.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah, hey, listen. Next time, I plan on coming down soon, so I definitely want to come
Yeah,
and take a tour of the ranch, man. You know, I've heard,
yeah, yeah,
so,
man, yeah, man.
you know, I definitely want to
So yeah,
come.
for
All right.
sure.
So this part of the podcast is it's called 2000 Questions About Me. It's actually a
Yeah,
book, but out of the 2000 questions, I'm gonna give you opportunity to pick a number from 1 to 2000, and the number that you
right.
pick is going to be the question that's going to be asked out of the book.
Okay.
All right.
So yeah, between my what you call, I had to put a special date.
Uh,
So the number had to be 26 because I was born on the 26th.
okay. Okay. Well,
Right. So let's try that. Let's see what's up.
it's 2000. So it mean have to be A26 or D26.
Yeah,
It has to be a number 2000. So you mean like it has to be like a 26 in the number?
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's like, you know.
All right. Your call.
Oh, so yeah, that's actually fixed the number. So between yeah, like
Between 1 to 2000. So you pick a number between 1 to 2000.
yeah, that number was 26.
Oh, you picked 26. Oh, okay, my fault,
Yeah,
man.
I was born on the 26th.
Yeah,
So I
gotcha.
picked 26. So yeah, let's see
Okay.
what's up.
I got you. So I thought you meant that you had to be one of. I got you. All right. So 26. Who
Right.
are Oh, this is a nice one, man. Who are your heroes in real life? Who are your heroes in real life?
Right. Yeah, my heroes in real life. But you know, music is my thing. So culturally, um, Bob Marley is one of my heroes. Obviously, my father. We talk about Shadow earlier on. Culturally, these are some of the people who impressed me culturally. On the more political arena, you know, we have the founding, you know, political father of Trinidad and Tobago, Eric Williams. You know, we have some of the people who paved the way. Another great Trinidadian hero is
Mm, yes, yes.
um,
Uriah Butler.
yeah, Uriah Butler. You know,
Yeah,
these are the people that are our freedom fighters. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So in different form, a good friend of the family, Cracker Campbell, and different people who, you know, fight for Trinidad and Tobago and fight for in cultural and political and you know social economic struggle. These are the people that was, you know, I
yeah,
would consider heroes some of mine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, nice, nice. Well, do you have any projects, anything coming up that you're working on?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, I mean, I did it during the pandemic. I did 3 albums.
Okay,
So I have things coming out. So I did a soca album, I did a jamo album, I did a reggae album.
okay.
So you're gonna be seeing those projects coming up in the next from the end of this year into the next 2 years. Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah, I took a sabbatical for a while. I just focusing on other things.
yeah.
But yeah,
Well, such
yeah,
is
man.
life. Balance, as you say, balance is the key, man.
Yeah, man. That's what's up.
Yeah, man. Well, once again, man, thank you so much for taking time out your busy schedule, and
So, yeah,
definitely want to take this opportunity to really congratulate you guys for that's keeping the family name and the tradition and culture alive for what you guys
right.
not just in the for Trinidad and Tobago, but just keep
Yeah,
up the punch alone.
yes, sir. Man,
Yeah, man.
respect. Yeah,
Okay.
man.
So all people can follow you on social media and so forth before you leave.
Yeah, well, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook. That's where I'm most present. Just look for me, Issac Blackman. Yeah, man. Follow the Blackman One's page too, Jam Studios page. Those are pages I'm on. Look out for on the October 18th, we're doing the Ras Short I 25th Remembrance Concert,
Okay.
celebrating the life of Ras Short I and celebrating soca music. We're going to be doing a press conference soon on that project. So that's the next project that the family is doing together.
Yes.
You know, so look out for that, and you know, check out everybody's going to be posting up on their page. Yeah, man. So we're working on that, and still doing our due diligence with the music. You know, producer of all things, food, music. You know, yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Nice, nice.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
Blackman, give thanks, man. All right.
Yeah.
And that's a wrap on another episode of AlonzoBash Podcast. If you're loving the content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Your reviews mean the world to us, so take a moment to leave one if you can. It really helps us grow and reach more awesome listeners like you. Speaking of awesome, share this podcast with your friends and family. Now here's a little treat for you. Use the code BASH for 10% off your next purchase from any of our amazing sponsors. You can find their details in our episode descriptions. Until next time, as Alonzo would say, stay focused on your goals and dreams. See you on the next episode.
Well, it's me. It is happening again. Girl, I come and take away all my pain. Though I have to say I love you. Hey, it is happening again. Girl, I come and take away all my pain. Though I got to say I love you. Tell me get jumping up to the ceiling. What a wonderful feeling. God, you have my back. Always defend me when I'm under attack. Tell me get jumping up to the ceiling. What a wonderful feeling. God, you have my back. Always defend me when I'm under attack. Na 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 na. You never leave me hungry, you never leave me thirsty. You always with me in my time of struggle. You never leave me weary, you never leave me lonely. Always guide and protect me. Hey, you never leave me desolated and afflicted, Father. 'Cause in the desert storm, you were my rain. Yeah, so when they